The nerf that was heard around the world shook up the meta this past weekend.
We take a look at the regional results from the weekend, which demonstrate a whole new path for competitive Destiny.
We are also discussing thematics and Across the Galaxy and sharing your favorite thematic cards from the set.
This is episode 114. It's all in the theme.
You have been well trained.
No.
You don't have to carry a sword to be powerful.
I won't fail you. Oh, do not. I'm not afraid. Please don't try.
We're back, episode 114, another episode of the Chance Cube, and the last episode of 2018.
There we go.
Yeah. So because we had to edit that part out because my computer crapped out, you don't get to hear my mistake.
I feel like you do that every time.
Yeah, it's
I'm on to you.
I
I'm
know.
on to you, brain.
Yeah, so the last one of this year, I think regionals have taken a holiday hiatus anyways. So news is going to be light. A lot of all the competitive players will be testing the background. All the casual players will be hoping to get some Across the Galaxy under the tree this year, or by the
menorah.
By the menorah. I don't know if that's okay to say.
Is that how that works? I don't know.
I don't know. You see, if you're watching the show live or via YouTube, you see I'm at my parents' house. There's a nice Christmas tree.
Are there any childhood pictures of Jason there that we need to see?
On the Christmas, most likely.
Oh,
you don't need to see
if
them.
only I could zoom in. I was making sure there wasn't one over your shoulder.
No, just a Christmas tree. But fun fact of my parents they like to travel a lot, and they just recently went to Germany. So I finally got my German packs of Star Wars Destiny they picked up.
Oh, cool! But no Vader.
No Vader, but we got the
Ooh, dagger.
Dolce von Mortis.
I could say, how do you say that in German?
The Dolce von Mortis.
I like it better that way.
Only because it's fun to say. Anakin Skywalker's pod runner.
That is literally what it's called in
on the German card.
That's
great. Won't surprise anybody, nor will Dryden, nor will Biggs. Oh, that's unfortunate. But 3 legendaries in 6 packs. I was pretty impressed with their pulls.
Nice.
The question is, will I ever
Not
use them? Will I
bad.
ever play them, or what am I going to do with them? Lando, yes. I don't know. It's always kind of fun foreign language cards to have a hold on them.
That is pretty cool.
Says they're all legal, so
yeah.
Mm-hmm. You just got to learn German.
Or just
That card in German, like Google Translate, many times.
We don't hear much about Destiny out of Germany. I don't feel.
We don't. Hey, you should. People who may be in Germany listening, you should hit us up.
Yeah.
Tell us what's happening in your neck of the woods.
To the dark side.
I know they have a nationals, but that's generally all we hear about. Maybe it's because your Destiny tends to take over the European conversation, and they're just cool
They
guys,
do a good job.
They do a good job. Speaking of good job, Kim Breeze, your record at a recent event was
it was a draft event.
Still,
it was better than it's been in a really long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so locally, since regionals were the weekend before, I convinced the guys, you guys saw my kill last week, and I convinced them to draft this previous week. So the day after our last recording. And everybody was really excited to do it. We mixed up Way of the Force and Across the Galaxy. So I think we still had... So there was just to have some, I don't know, some variety. So I ended up with Cody, and I ran him with... oh boy, I ran him with 2 out of the rivals starter. So Lobot and I keep wanting to say Kit Fisto because I looked at that card earlier today. Ketsu, and I ran him with, and so
Lobot,
had a couple
Ketsu,
vehicles
and Cody.
So there was some pretty good symmetry with blasters.
Okay.
Got a couple of good vehicles, so I ended up drafting Black 2. And shame on me because I also did draft Mythal, and it didn't click. I should have put Mythal in for Lobot because the price was the same. But I went 2-1, which I haven't done in a really long time. It was incredibly fun. My only loss was simply because I couldn't do math. And I'll admit it honestly. Lethal was showing on the table, and I just didn't do math because I had the card to stop it, and I didn't stop it. So, although I would have had to go up against someone did draft Vader.
Nice.
Yeah, he kicked. We got some punching in the face from. I didn't have to play him, so that was probably. I probably still would have gotten 2-1, but just I would have lost to Vader probably instead. But I got to play against my kill, who was always super fun. And
Not this my kill.
Not this my kill. We haven't got to play
Ohio Regional.
I did, so that was always super fun. Because what was the my VIP of the game? It's like playing. Oh shoot! Bang bang. Rigged explosion, right?
Is that a
rigged
saying?
detonation. Shoot, it's one of mine. It's one of mine. What is that? Rigged detonation, rigged explosion. Come on, chat, help me out. Anyway, so I was able to hit Mike, the other Mike Hill, who was on last week. I actually got that card to go off, and so it will do up to 5 indirect damage. So it does damage equal to the number of resources that they have, up to 5, and Mike had 5.
Nice.
And so it's like the only time that card's ever gonna this will be the one time that it ever works.
Gotcha.
But
So
oh my god,
it's
so
rigged
much fun.
detonation.
Yeah,
Rigged detonation. Thank you.
It's a yellow event for the heroes. 1 resource to play. Deal indirect damage to that opponent equal to the number of resources they have to a maximum of 5.
And he had 5.
Nice.
And that card has incredible Chewbacca art on it. I will point out. I kind of want to take that card and stick it because it was so much fun to have that card actually work.
That's racist. Do you think
At a
all
one
Wookiees
cost.
look the same? Is that what's up?
They do.
How you know that's Chewbacca? That's just a random Wookiee.
It was him, I figured it was from Rogue One. No, it was from The Force Awakens where Chewbacca goes and anyway.
I think you're racist towards the Wookiees.
They do.
Wow.
They are. I do struggle to tell them apart, but them and Ewoks.
They all look alike.
Man, that's funny. What about you, Mike?
Oh, okay.
But it was
I'll go
awesome.
next.
It was a lot of good fun.
For me, I've been pulling packs and still no Vaders. I'm pretty disappointed. I need to get a pair of those so I can start playing him. I want to play him with that Greedo pairing.
Mm-hmm.
It looks pretty good.
Oh yeah, that looks fun.
Fairly control-y and a lot of damage output.
Sure.
Also, I got to go see Childish Gambino, which is Lando from the movies.
That's pretty awesome.
That was pretty cool. It was his last show ever here in San Jose. So that was fun. And that's about it.
That's cool.
Otherwise, a lot of work lately. But I was watching all the news coming in from the weekend, and man, that mix-up is crazy.
For sure.
Yeah.
So let's jump right into it.
All right, let me get that set up here.
You segue too soon, Jason. Too soon.
Not ready.
I thought he was feeding me the line.
I was, but I wasn't ready for it. Oh man, now I'm on the spot.
Do 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 do.
Yeah, we're good.
Come on, Mike.
Hamster dance.
Just trying to fill the time.
All right, let's head over to the news.
Let me take that back, huh? You'll find what you need.
News.
The news. Yes, there was
So much news.
last big weekend of regionals was this past weekend. There were 5 here in the United States: Hawaii, North Dakota, North Carolina, New Hampshire, and Arizona. If it weren't for personal plans, man, I would have come up to North Carolina a day early and at least
Yeah.
been there because it's in my parents' hometown. That's for sure. So,
cool.
The big ones: North Carolina, North Dakota, New Hampshire, all had 45 or more players.
Nice.
It seems like Vader Greedo was the MVP for the weekend, or the armored reinforcement Dex.
Yeah.
So pulling out a high-powered vehicle early on and then trying to beef it up. There's the hero version at North Carolina with a Yoda hired gun and Gungan, and then the villain version in New Hampshire with Tobias Beckett, Sienna Ree. So getting all those bad boys out. Like I said, Vader, ton of great showing. Vader Talzin, Vader Bazine.
That's interesting.
All making great splash. So I mean, amazing that moving Snoke up 1 point, and there's a lot of people who are saying that wasn't going to do it, and then Snoke Thrawn maybe 1 or 2 out of the entire weekend were even seen.
Mm-hmm.
So
I like that Snoke Afra battle droid out of Hawaii. That's an interesting combo.
Yeah.
Oh, Hawaii. I love seeing events from Hawaii.
I'm
They're
curious
great.
to see what that Afro Battle Droid deck looks like, because I'm curious if it's a ton of droids and they're like just really trying to hammer that home, or if it's more of a vehicle deck and using Afra and stuff like that.
That is interesting, right? Because
You could go,
the Nationals version, which was Snoke, I think Snoke Elite Afro Battle Droid. The Builder Rivalry didn't exist back then, so it was all about the 000 BT1 kind of cycle.
Right.
But Bit of Rivalry will allow you to get that vehicle out, so maybe he'll throw a droid tank or something to get an early burst damage. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But hey,
and it's really cool that we're seeing a ton of plot cards being played. Winning decks for the weekends have plot cards, which is pretty awesome in my opinion.
Yeah.
that is very true. And Armored Reinforcement is you wonder if that one was expected to be as powerful and as much play as it's getting, right? But I mean, anything that's going to basically guarantee you the ability to pull a card out of your deck early on, especially something powerful. Yeah. Good thing Vader's fist isn't a vehicle, or else we'd all be messed up. But Armored Reinforcement, since it is red, it does require you to at least have something red in your team. We haven't seen a lot of that until recently. So it's been great to see. The next set of regionals is not going to be until the 29th of December. So we're taking the holidays off for most of these, and then they're going to run all through March, all across the country and the world.
Wow.
So plenty more regional action to see. Probably won't see the regionals. I'm sure will finish up before Convergence comes out. So this will be the last run for the Awakenings block.
Yeah.
Get them while you can.
Yeah, I mean, none of these characters are from that time, except for someone was writing Plo Koon and 2 Padawans. And then Hired Gun was in there, but I think those are easily Padawans maybe not so much, but the Hired Gun's probably.
Yeah, that ability on Padawan still makes. I haven't really seen anything that does something similar yet that I can think of.
Sure. So just a second to catch up on the chat. Thanks, Kenjo, for subbing 11 months in a row.
Hey,
he's a good
thanks
kid.
so much.
He's a good kid. Of course, welcome back to Impulse 4-in-1. Watching the show after a while. Merry Christmas to everyone. It's a good time. We love spending the holidays with you guys, and we want you to spend the holidays with your family. So
we take 2 weeks off so that you can spend time with your family.
We don't want to interfere.
We don't want you to feel conflicted on whether or not you have to watch us. So. Any final thoughts about the regionals from this last weekend? I mean, I'm so glad to see such variety, and I think we're going to see it shake up even more as people continue to test. The new pairings. No one was really testing for a Snoke nerf, so this is it'll be interesting to see it settle into something new, and hopefully see more and more creativity from deck building come forth.
I'm interested in that Vader Mother Talzin.
Yeah.
A single die Vader, so you can get Elite Mother Talzin. I'm curious, and it went top 2, so it's probably got some juice. It's interesting.
It'll be a fun one.
Yeah, I wonder if it's doing a bunch of that that Mother Talzin, all those tricks and stuff like that, to look at the deck and manipulate the deck and stuff like that. So very interesting. I'm glad to see Vader is back.
Yeah, for sure. So I think we will jump in. We've got a bunch of cards that we want to talk about thematics this week. We always like to do a themed episode for every set, and some of our favorite cards and your favorite cards that are so well designed, not only from gameplay perspective, but from a story and a Star Wars perspective. So, shall we?
We shall.
While we take a break to listen to a ad from our sponsors, why don't you guys go ahead and in the chat put down your favorite themed cards from the set.
Mike, I just can't seem to get the cards I need in the booster packs I bought. I'm still missing a Mother Talzin, a Darth Maul, and I need some more battle droids. That 5-wide droid deck isn't going to build itself, and I have all these extra Yodas.
Seriously, Kim, I told you, check out Armada Games. You can buy and sell Destiny cards on their website, shoparmada.com. It's just a few simple clicks and bam, you are done. I used it just the other day, And now I got count them, 2 Maul Sabers heading my way.
Hey, what are you guys talking about? We're in the middle of a break here.
Jason, you know how you've got all those extra cards from all those booster boxes you open? Mike says you can sell them online super easy.
No way, seriously? How? I've got to make room before this next set comes out.
Jason, whether you're new to the game or a seasoned vet, Armada Games has just what you're looking for. You can buy and sell your Destiny singles all from the comfort of your living room. Pre-order the latest sets of boosters and find the droids you are looking for. You can also check out their selection of Destiny accessories. And you'll get free shipping on orders over $75. For an even better deal, be sure to use the coupon code TheChanceCube and receive 5% off your Destiny purchase. Visit their website at shoparmada.com. Armada Games. Get in here and game.
But you know what I always say. Speak softly and drive a big tank.
We're here.
I'm here. You're here? I'm here.
I'm sure. Why not? We're here.
Let's talk about some themes.
Some themes, right? So Star Wars Destiny, a lot of us play the game for its thematics, right? And for so long, the competitive decks have not had thematic components to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Snoke Thrawn, as far as we know, those two didn't exist in the same timeline. And you can go back as far as, Awakenings. And there's very little thematics in the competition of this game. Excuse me. But Across the Galaxy has some great cards in it. I wanted to start with Let the Hate Flow, and I thought of you, Kim, when I saw this.
Hey, have you been at work with me lately?
Let the Hate Flow is a 0 resource cost villain event. Play only if you have 1 or more dice showing a blank. Turn a die to a side showing a blank. So you hate that you rolled a blank. So
It's true. I'm pretty sure. Let's see, because this is if I build any villain blue, this is going in every deck that I do.
I mean, it's just I don't know. I just see moments you could play this and be like, man, this sucks.
I need 14 of these in my deck.
It should be called Schadenfreude. No, wait, that's the other way around. Just kidding. I'm not well, so we're gonna ignore most of the words coming.
Oh no, this is always entertaining, you guys.
Clip it.
Yep.
So I enjoy that event just sheerly from the name of it and what it does. I want to stop talking. Anybody like this card? Kim, I know you like this card.
I love this card because it takes it's 0 cost, which is struggle number 1 for me is getting resources. Struggle number 2 is rolling blanks. So chances are I'm going to have blank out there. And I did have one game last week that I rolled really well and it was eerie. It was creepy. So then the next game I rolled all blanks and then I pitched a card to reroll and I rolled all blanks again. So I knew that there was not a rip in the space-time continuum.
So funny.
This is...
But I like this card.
It's glaring. It's 0 cost removal. There is no other... Or 0 cost control, I guess. You're controlling it down to a blank and you're waiting till an opportune time where they either have 0 resources or 1 card in hand, something like that. And if you are showing no blanks, you're not as worried about control, I would say. So you are more focused on your die, and when you are showing blanks, you're more worried about control, and that's when this card hits. And in my new Vader builds, this is what's going in it. I like this card a lot, especially for 0 cost.
Oh yeah. And it is kind of sharing some hate, right? Even the title of it, because you're turning another die to a blank.
I hate blanks, and you're going to hate blanks too. So here you go.
Right, yeah. I agree.
And I can see this in a full art. I can see this card getting played enough to...
Ooh, that would be cool.
Oh, yeah. The card that I picked was Black 1 from the set. Power action, spot Poe Dameron to turn this die to any side. And then special... is to deal 1 damage to a character. If a droid is attached to support, reroll this die instead of removing it. I really enjoy the synergy between having the droid on there. Of course, BB-8 would be the most thematic pairing for this particular card. But tying in that idea that not only is Poe important, but his X-wing is equally as important, and shares that ability that he has, and of course BB-8 have to make your gameplay even better.
Yeah, I see that Poe can really he's real resourceful, and especially he can be real resourceful with his ships. So that's why he can spot his vehicle and turn a die side. Very thematic.
I dig that.
And then the last ones that I chose, I don't know. I like titles in the the thematics that go with the particular text with them. Leverage, which is a hero resource cost event. Play only if you have one or more dice showing damage. Remove a die showing damage. We see this kind of format on removal cards all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I think the naming's super clever. You got a gun point at someone's head and they got to drop their weapon. We've been watching a lot of CSI and NCIS since we've been off. So,
one cost. Great.
That's
one
not bad.
Cost for removal.
And I think these are the removals that we'll be seeing more once the first block rotates out.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
The typical type of removal we're seeing in the Legacies block is more of the if you have this, then do that kind of situation. No, I dig it. So I know each of you guys pick basically pairs of cards that tend to work well together.
Yes.
So I think Kim, share us your thoughts on why you think Tobias and Val are a good thematic pairing, or at least the way the cards are designed and built.
Well, I think a lot of what drove me to these two is their kind of the symmetry that goes around with resources, because of course they're both scoundrels. So we see a lot of that. Something costs a resource, they take a resource. I think we've seen a lot with some of the yellow characters that are sometimes kind of neutral. Sometimes, they kind of fall somewhere in the spectrum of not really being a hero. In this case, both Tobias and Val are villains. But not only do I feel like they have symmetry with their damage sides, but at least with, Tobias is take a resource for his special. Take a resource from an opponent. If that opponent has no resources, then you get to gain one. And Val's doing the same thing: is take one resource from an opponent. If that opponent has no resources, deal 2 damage to one of their characters. So they're gonna easily work together if you can hit those specials. You could take one with Tobias, take it, and then with Val, you'd be able to do 2 damage to them. So I kind of dig that, and it seems very thematic to how they were such a team in Solo.
Mm-hmm.
Val is a character that I didn't feel like we got enough of in Solo, so I like having some opportunity to play her now in Destiny.
They're both dirty thieves.
They are dirty thieves.
If you want to know more about them, Marvel did release a one-shot called Beckett that's got both Beckett and Val in it just
cool.
prior to meeting up with Han. So kind of their gig right before the one that led us into Solo. So I mean, it's
cool.
Exactly right. These two are a pair. And they're there to take everything you got.
And side note,
I'd love to see these two work together. I don't think we've
more
seen
of try.
And mono yellow villain is not something we see a lot of. So
no, it's not a pairing you're gonna see, but
be a challenge. But in a fun themed event, if you're looking for a theme night for your local your weekly, this could be a good pairing to try out.
You can get in a 3-wide single die, and then you can add some red in there with like a battle droid or something.
That's not bad.
And then you can access a ton of vehicles, and
which could be a lot of fun, yeah.
Oh, and it's synergetic with the die side again. So you're taking resources to pay for vehicles and using the range damage to pair well with your vehicle for quicker resolving of the die.
Yeah.
Sure.
Side note, I really liked Beckett, but I think it's because of Woody Harrelson.
Yeah, it's Woody Harrelson.
Like I just really like Woody Harrelson and some of these roles he's done later, like between this and like his zombie side thing. That's a whole other thing. So the other two that I picked were actually this came out of the draft. Like, so I was able to draft Black 2 and Mauler Mythal, who you'll hear me make fun of because it sounds like you have like a jawbreaker in your mouth when you say his name. It's like, it's not pretty when you try to do it. But this is like I love this vehicle, and I was even in a crummy draft, I was able to get it out a lot. So when this vehicle die is showing range damage, increase its value by 1 if you spot Maul or Mythal. So I think that's totally worth. I mean, this is a great. Even if you don't have him, this was a great vehicle to play, regardless. But Mauler, who is Vader's wingman, and has some very strange art in my opinion. But after you activate this character, you may remove one of your vehicle dice showing range damage to place that damage on a vehicle in play. Then discard that vehicle if it has damage on it equal to or more than its cost. So this is one of the few opportunities that we see vehicle removal in all of Destiny. Which in a way to me is very thematic to Vader's wingman taking out other vehicles.
Right.
So the symmetry, I like the symmetry between the two cards, but I really enjoyed playing black too.
I random thought just coming into my head about this. Do you think Jeremy's frustrated that vehicles don't have health?
I don't know.
Like, I would wonder, like, if he designed the game from the beginning, would he have, would vehicles or support have had
some sort of could have been interesting. Yeah.
This is a way to do that. He had to kind of build it into a text. Be interesting. And also noticed Impulse 4-1 in the chat. He hates that this set has Black 1 and a Black 2. Black 1 being Poe's X-Wing and Black 2 being Maul and Mythal's TIE Fighter. So that's funny. When opening and thought just for a second X-Wing or TIE Fighter, we're disappointed.
Very.
It's
I had a random thought too. I think we get green screens behind us, and then we try to reenact the cards. So just like, and we could put the card background behind us.
That one is so terrible. Like, it's so terrible. I'm sorry.
That's so funny.
I could pretend he's in my my Hallmark ornament downstairs. Flying alongside my.
Yeah. And then Mike.
My
of
turn.
Course.
Of course, I had to pick Vader. So first off, his power action. If one or more of this character's character die were removed during an opponent's last turn this round, discard a card from your hand to reroll that die into your pool. Darth Vader is no stranger to casualties of war, and he don't care. He'll kill somebody just so he can get back in battle, and I think that's what he's doing with his hand. He doesn't care. He'll discard a card to get that lightsaber back in play. So I think that's very thematic. I think they did him right with his die sides. He's very powerful, good shields, very resourceful, and his price is definitely I think it's right, 23. I think that's fair. He's very powerful and 15 health. So yeah, and then
23, but a usable 23, which is not something we always get from the big expensive cards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 23. You can still get in a second character, which is very nice. He's almost better, I would say, than playing like a Palpatine. Sorry, Monk. In that sense, that you're getting this huge character now with enough room to get something paired in there that's going to do some work as well. And then I paired it with Darth Vader's meditation chamber, because in a meditation chamber you relax, you rejuvenate, and you regenerate a card from your discard pile, which is awesome. Back to the discard pile to the bottom of your deck. You also get to heal 1 damage from a blue character and if you spot Vader, you get to draw a card. So it's just, I think it's great. It's only 2 costs too, so you get to do a lot for 2, and it's a support, so you can just keep retapping it. It's great. I like this little combo here.
I do. Shame on me from thematics that I didn't call out my newest favorite plot card.
What's that one? You can have a bonus 5th card.
Where as a trooper, as it's this plot card where all my blanks count as indirect damage.
That is a great.
Is that the new set, or is that
spoiler? That's spoiler. I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, I guess you're right. So I can't. I'll save it for the next show because I'm really excited about that one. Yeah, you're right. It's that math thing again, man.
Oh man. So, of course, we asked everyone in the chat, we asked everyone on our Facebook page about 2 weeks ago about their favorite thematic card, and we'll go through some of them.
Let's do it.
There can be no mistakes this time.
All right. We're back.
We are back. Oh, wait, Kim, it's your turn. I'm not thinking.
It's okay. So you guys had 2 whole weeks to think about this question. So you got in there. I'm impressed. So thank you guys. We ask, I think we were talking, what's your thematic card? What do you like? So I have to first laugh because Evan Root said anything in Mars Clan, and I'm pretty sure that's a funny nod to Mike and I occasionally going off on a Keyforge tangent. I'm pretty sure that's what that one's about. Jason just shakes his head, but
he said, "What's Mars Clan?"
I actually did. I was like, well, okay, someone else will get it.
It's all about Brobnar.
Wow.
I agree.
Sorry.
I agree. But I like Untamed. Anyway, Sean Arthur, Fear and Dead Men. That's a good one.
Fear and Dead Men.
That's a good one.
Resolve one of your dice showing melee damage for free against each of an opponent's characters. It costs 2. It's a villain. Yeah, that's yeah. If you ever read the Vader Down series, I mean, they took a lot of inspiration in the set from that comic book series. Fear and Dead Men is exactly from that crossover between the original Darth Vader. Well, I say original, the 2015 Darth Vader series and the Star Wars series that Marvel's doing. Random fact.
I was gonna let you guys.
I like it.
Oh, you're fine. I like Blake had mentioned tough call between L3 3T and Wonton. I said Wonton. Ah, shoot! It's a rough night.
It is a rough night. Wonton? Who are you talking about? Sorry, I don't have that in front of me.
It's a wanton destruction, I think.
Oh.
That's what he said, but I saw it and just said wonton.
Are you hungry?
No, I had dinner.
Wanton destruction.
I do like wontons, but not
for
the
each
same
character
thing.
die showing damage, deal damage equal to its value to its matching character. Oh, gnarly. That's exactly, and of course the picture is BT1, Afra's psychotic astromech. And,
just a little.
3 resource cost is not hard to pull off in the current state of the game. I'd love to see some more people do this.
Yes, I do.
I think we see more. With cards like this, we're seeing more people resolve die instead of just like leaving them all out and waiting for like the big hit. Right, you have to resolve die early so you don't get susceptible to things like wanton destruction or wonton.
Wonton destruction.
Oh, don't go there, people.
I'm never gonna unlive that one.
Clip it.
Oh no.
Clip it. Impulse in the chat says Jin and Cassian, which is super thematic and it hits super tough. That deck interests me so much because of what it does, how controlly it is, but it's still like super mid range. So Jin Cassian, great little thematic.
I like to see. I like Jin Cassian.
I like that a lot.
Going on the mill control, but it's still the goal is to defeat characters. Instead of going like a strict mill perspective, which you could.
Yeah.
If the game lasts long enough, then you certainly would win on that respect. But
sure. But I feel like that's so thematic with them, though. So they're taking, they're taking the planes of the Death Star, so they're taking resources out. You know what I mean? Like cards out. I don't know. I got on a really long thought thing on that today, and then I realized I couldn't use them necessarily in our discussion, so I didn't. But I think they have some. I think that's one of the most thematic pairings that's actually doing something that we've seen in a while.
Admiral Pendragon in the chat is also talking about that there could have very well been a Vader Snoke possibility, but since the nerf now that is not a possibility. That would have been definitely OP and not fun to play against. That would have just been as bad as playing against Thrawn Snoke, in my opinion. It would have been too heavy. You would have just got creamed like turn 2 or 3, I imagine. the game could be over. So.
Ugh. Sorry.
Back over to the Facebook page, Chris Stevenson said Leia Organa, the new Bosch
I like
variation. And he says she's the perfect Reese's cup of Star Wars Destiny.
I like that a lot.
I'm not sure I know what that means.
I'm
not supposed to know what that means.
I don't know.
I'm supposed
But I thought it was funny.
Just, I'll have him message you later what it means, Jason.
There we go. Hook us up,
There we
man.
go. Yeah, so of course Vader, lots of Mike Gallagher and Pete, both like Fear of Dead Men. So it's really some great stuff from Star Wars, from across the galaxy, thematic wise, and playable. Right? That's usually we haven't seen a lot of playable thematics in the game, and Jeremy's doing a really good job of making sure the game ends. If you buy into those themes, you could take yourself a local weekly event.
Oh yeah.
Some of these pairings and some of these cards that, especially I think after the rotation, we'll see a whole lot more of that.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm really interested to see how that unfolds, how that plays out. What else we see rise to the top. I think that'll be
sure.
Because you're going to be forced to go back and look in those binders and look for cards that may be similar that you didn't really want before, and then find new ways to make it work. I always like, and that's always fun.
For sure.
Frustrating, but fun.
Get your new electroshocks floating to the top.
Well,
yeah,
we've done it.
We did it, folks.
We've made it to the end of 2018.
Then why isn't my Christmas shopping done?
Well, that's your fault.
Wow, it's not. Ooh.
It's close. It's closer than I've ever been. Usually I'm in a pretty good place. I got in trouble for buying the dogs gifts tonight, though.
Yeah,
I went to get biscuits and came back with stuff.
Real quick, I just want to say thanks to everybody who has been in the chat with us this year and answered all the questions on Facebook and kept up with us on Instagram and here at Twitch, and it's really appreciated. Everybody who donated, everybody who subbed, told a friend, listened on iTunes, we appreciate it all. We do this for you guys, so yeah. Thank you so much.
They certainly make it a lot easier, right? We have a lot of fun with the chat, a lot of fun with the Facebook comments and stuff, and man, that does make this a lot more fun and interactive. And I think we've got some of the best fans and followers out there.
Yeah, you guys are
absolutely
all right.
Yeah, you guys are all right.
All right.
We are going to wrap it up for 2018. Over the Facebook page, we're going to pin our question to the top. What is your holiday wish for Star Wars or Star Wars Destiny? You can go either the franchise or the game itself. We will not be back here until January 8th of 2019 with, I'm sure, a whole lot to talk about. The regionals will be back in full swing. And I'll be back at work, so that'll be interesting.
We might miss you too much, and so keep your eye on the Facebook page in case I get lonely and post more stuff out there. It's a long time to go without talking to all of you. I don't know.
And I'm not going to stop asking for those reviews on iTunes, folks. That's what I want for Christmas.
We'd appreciate it. Me
too.
too.
Review on iTunes, even if it's a bad review because you don't like us. I just want to hear your opinion.
At least it'd be fresh, man. It would be some. I'll take all the feedback I can get that is relative and current.
Yes. All right, guys.
So Merry Christmas,
Merry Christmas, Happy everything.
Merry Xmas, Happy Hanukkah,
Happy
Kwanzaa,
New Year,
Kwanzaa, all the holidays.
Happy Star Wars.
Yes.
Happy Life Day.
Oh,
whatever makes you happy.
Real quick side note: there is a high school that is all the teachers are flat earthers, right? And they were going to do Christmas play, but they were not allowed to do the Christmas play because the parents got freaked out about it. So they did a Star Wars play for Christmas. I was like,
hey-o.
At least they did Star Wars.
I'll take that. And just in case anybody's still wondering what Kim needs for Christmas, I have seen the interactive Chewbacca in the wild.
You already
from
asked
Hasbro.
You already asked for iTunes reviews. You can't go back on that.
But Santa, I can't find him anywhere. He's gone.
All right, guys.
You guys have a great one. Thanks for everything.
See you later.
This has been The Chance Cube, a Star Wars Destiny podcast, a non-profit organization dedicated to building community through gaming. Visit our website for all things Star Wars Destiny, including our price watch, meta tracker, and latest articles from the Chance Cube family. Find our latest videos on YouTube, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and visit us at patreon.com/thechancecube. Your patronage allows us to grow this program and help us give back to the gaming community by sponsoring events, giveaways, and supporting our own community building initiatives. This is Mike Hill, the voice of the Chance Cube. Thanks for listening. The Chance Cube is not affiliated with Fantasy Flight Games, Lucasfilms, or the Walt Disney Company.